Hello everybody and welcome to our eCargo bike showroom. Here, next to our original showroom, we now have 10,000 square foot of space, extra space, and we are presenting to you today the new Raleigh eCargo bike called the Stride 2. Now, it's an entry-level cargo bike. It's Raleigh's first attempt at a cargo bike, and it's really nice to see companies like this moving into this really exciting space. We've been working with other brands, you can see here, like Butchers and Bike, Reese and Miller Urban Arrow for several years now. These guys are the benchmark, especially Urban Arrow. They only produce electric cargo bikes using the Bosch technology. So we know a lot about this space and these bikes. So today, one of my team reached out to Raleigh just to get a few stats, and we got some quite exciting information from their new managing director, who I must say congratulations, Lee. He was our account manager when we first opened, and it's been nice working with Raleigh over the years. And what they said was 76% of an audience said that Raleigh was the most well-known brand in the UK, which is great because a lot of our customers, they say when they see Raleigh in our showroom, they go, oh yeah, my first ever bike when I was a kid was a Raleigh. So it's got that like nostalgic connection to it, which is really nice to see. And you know, they're a great company to work with. 2,000 electric cargo bikes were sold for commercial use last year in the UK, and that is growing very, very fast. And also the family bikes, we've seen in London like huge change with all sorts of different school runs being done and multi-purpose usage even for dogs and whatever. So basically, we are really interested in the space. We know a lot about it, and today we're going to go into a bit more depth about this particular bike. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get Richard, one of our team in the sales team, to basically go and pick his kids up from school. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to see you in a bit, and then we're going to go into a bit more detail about the bike. Thank you.
Hi, Richard here, e-bike sales guru at Fully Charged, and I'm off to pick up my kids on the new Raleigh Stride 2 e-cargo bike. So first impressions of the bike, it's really easy to ride, nice low step through. Some of these front-loading cargo bikes have a bit of a learning curve to riding them, but this one feels very easy. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the really low centre of gravity. The bike feels very balanced. I can ride it one-handed like this, no problems at all. We'll see what it feels like with the kids in it, see if the weight makes any difference. Bosch motor's really powering through. We're on a bit of a slight gradient here, but yeah, it feels nice and balanced. It's coping with these really narrow bike paths here quite well, not feeling too wobbly or anything. My kids love being picked up in front-loading cargo bikes generally. The thing I especially notice about the front-loading ones is I can hear their conversation. It's quite cute. It's nice to hear them interacting. Sometimes my eldest reads a book to the little one, which is really romantic and nice. So here we are on the cobbled streets of East London. No suspension on this bike, and it's actually not too bad. I was kind of worried that it would be shaking my bones, but it's totally manageable. So. Okay, just picked up the girls from school, so we'll go to the park now and see what this bike can do. Nice easy gear shifting with the Enviolo Vario hub shifter here. You can just be constantly twisting it as you're pedaling to adjust. You don't ever look at the display really. Just constantly just micro adjusting to your cadence, your pedaling speed. It's a very intuitive sort of gearing system really. Here we are on the bubbly cobbles. And we've got no suspension, and it's not painful, it's not terrible. So these tyres must be doing a pretty good job of absorbing the cobbles there. So what have you done at school? How's your new teacher? Good. Yeah? Is he strict like you thought he was going to be, or is he nicer than you thought? Nice. He's nice. All right, let's find the steep hill, shall we, girls?
how was it? What did the kids
Great.
think?
They loved it. Yeah. And yeah, they've tried a few cargo bikes now, and so they're getting quite experienced at them. But yeah, they thought it was great.
I think the most important thing, what I've seen after selling hundreds of cargo bikes to different individuals and businesses, is the Bosch technology. Now that is just so intuitive, so reliable, and so important. And it's very difficult for manufacturers to get a Bosch account. So you can't just kind of make a cargo bike and slap a Bosch motor on it. So you already know if it's got a Bosch motor that, you know, it's good technology. We've seen a lot of other companies now, you know, that are big bike brands moving into the cargo bike space. For example, Cube, they brought out an electric cargo bike. I mean, it's just nice to see, you know, like this brand moving into the space, and it's a really good first attempt at an entry-level e-cargo bike that's a good price range. I mean, what's the exact price of this model?
They start at 4,395,
Okay,
and
cool.
then you can add options from there, accessories.
Yeah. But we haven't got those prices.
We haven't been given the information from Raleigh yet.
It's just so fresh that we're bringing it to camera so quickly that we're just outpacing everyone here. So having ridden it with the kids and done the proper kind of, you know, typical journey, what did you like about it?
Well, the first thing I sort of noticed was how low the step was on it. I think that, like, compared to a lot of front-loading cargo bikes, it seems to have a very low step, even lower than the Urban Arrow, I'd say.
Yeah.
One concern with a lot of our customers is they want a really low step. So a lot of our shorter riders would like that, so that's great. It feels like it's really well balanced when you're riding it. It's got a nice, all the centre of gravity is nice and low, so that's great.
I mean, I would say that the centre of gravity is low compared to other e-bikes and ways to carry children, but I would say the seat position, from just seeing, you know, I didn't see you riding it with your kids, but it seemed quite high.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that maybe could be improved. Yeah, the seat position's a little high, but I think it depends on the height
if
of
I
your
was
child.
to sit in it myself as like a adult, and bearing in mind I took my partner in labour, which you can see in some of our other cargo bike videos, to hospital whilst in labour in the Reese and Muller Load 75. I mean, that's going to be very difficult to take a full-size adult in. I mean, I guess you could lean forward, but it's just quite high, whereas I think in the other bikes you're kind of sitting quite low. So that's something I would notice. You know, just
It depends on the sort of height of your children as well. You know,
because your kids again
quite,
slightly
I think my
older.
8-year-old's quite tall.
Just something that stands out to me is the exposed cables here. I mean, you know, yes, they are, you know, heat shrinked, and but I mean, the way I use the bike personally, going up and down big curbs over kind of rocky terrain, that for me could cause an issue and effectively cause downtime and, you know, fairly expensive repair costs to do a new wiring loom. I mean, we've done that for other e-bikes in the past, and it's quite a long process. So that would be something just to watch out for if you are planning on using the bike, you know, for adventures and kind of getting a bit caught out, you know, steps on canal paths or whatever it may be. That's just something to watch out for. Anything else that you've noticed, Richard?
I thought the kickstand specifically is very strong.
Yeah.
Compared to a lot of brands, it's extremely stable.
It's nice to put up as well. If you see, I'll turn the bike round so you can see from the other side. But it's got a really nice kind of way to put it up because it gives you a bit more leverage. So you kind of just push it in there and then just use the weight of the bike. That's actually a really nice feature. I think they've done it just on that side because Raleigh is a British company, and it's you drive on the left-hand side of the road, so you would step off on this side where the traffic's on that side. That's my theory anyway.
I think it can take a lot of weight sideways as well. Kids getting into it, you can really shake it about and there's no problem.
It's just a nice feature, knowing that especially when you do the school run, you leave one in and take the other one out, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. These are all the kind of hacks of life that you'll suddenly discover when you purchase and own an electric cargo bike. It's just a life changer.
I really like the rack on the back as well. It's a really strong rack using the MIK system.
The MIK is a great system which is found on some of the other brands as well. And we've got the specific panniers that just dock in and dock off. It's a really, really cool system. So well done, Raleigh, for integrating that.
You've got very very nice Magura hydraulic disc brakes, so decent stopping power there.
And also, one of the key points here as well is it's got the, what's branded here as New Vinci, some people call it Enviolo as well. Now that is a constant variable transmission that's located in a hub here. You can shift from high to low at standstill. It's ultra smooth. And if the kids are like dozing off, having a little nap, just chilling out, it's so smooth for them and for you to ride. All family cargo bikes, in my opinion, should have this technology. Super smooth, really easy, and really complements the Bosch system. Works really, really well.
A lot of parents really like that as well. When you come into like traffic lights, you don't have to pedal to shift gears. You can get to traffic lights, shift gears there. But it's just one less thing to worry about if you've got kids in the front of your bike.
Exactly, exactly. And this, the Bosch motor on this one?
Yeah, you've got the cargo line. Bosch motor, cargo line motor. You basically got different levels of Bosch motor. It starts with the active line plus, performance line, performance CX, and the sort of top of the range is the cargo line. So you've got the most assistance there. You've got 85 Newton meters of torque with 400% assistance there. So it's going to be no problem getting up some very steep hills.
Even with your precious cargo and like, you know, 80, 90 litres of goodies for the day, picnics, or even a balance bike across the back for your little one. It's like, you know, really can fly up any hills. I don't think there is a hill in London you couldn't get up kind of fully loaded.
We get a lot of customers like buying cargo bikes in like Muswell Hill, Crouch End, Highgate area as well, with the really extreme hills there, and then no problem going up there. I rode one of our cargo bikes to Alexandra Palace recently.
To the event the other day.
Up that really extreme hill there, and yeah, no problem with the cargo line motor. It's not a problem at all.
And then you've got the standard 500 watt hour power pack on here. Now, if you had kids in and you were in a hilly kind of area of London, say, I don't know, Notting Hill or somewhere that's kind of average hilly, yeah, basically you're going to get about 20 to 30 miles, yeah, in one of the kind of like higher end settings where you don't have to do that much work. If you go into eco, so it's just a little bit easier than riding a normal bike, then you're going to get up to about maybe 50 miles in a flat area, but that's realistic, accurate information from someone that's been riding cargo bikes for 3 years.
We've got what I quite like about it is the chain. The chain's actually enclosed in its own case, its own cover, so you're not getting oil on your clothes.
It's not exposed to the elements. So
it's really good for the chain's life. It's keeping all the dirt out of there, so that's really good. Another thing that's really great about the Raleigh is that you've got the integrated lights here, front and back. So that's all just powered off the batteries, so they're perfectly suitable for getting around, being safe.
One thing as well, just to pick up on as well, is if you did run out of battery, yeah, it will cut the motor out, but it will leave the lights on so you can still pedal it home in the dark. Just like little things like that, that kind of technology is hosted by Bosch, and it's just so like well advanced.
You've got some nice puncture resistant tyres here. They'll have a layer of Kevlar in them that will hopefully prevent punctures. You've got a back wheel cafe lock there.
That's really important, because like obviously, you know, like if you're to lock that outside the nursery or outside a shop, it's just boom, bam, bang, that's it. Now that bike is now safe to leave for, you know, like kind of 5-10 minutes out of sight easily. It depends on the area you live in, but it's very difficult to break that lock off without damaging the bike. So Richard, tell us more about the box. What's the weight limit, for example?
Well, it can carry 80 kilograms in the front box there. There's various different accessory options, different benches. You can get different. You can get like bench padding, seat padding. You can put maxi cozy adapters. So
that's a really important one. Yeah.
You can put your car seat, your maxi cozy car seat in here with an adapter
into these racks here, and that's like for someone maybe, you know, who's got one very small child. And like, say you've got, I don't know, a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old or whatever, then basically when the kids are unable to sit up and take the weight of their own head, they would still want to be in a maxi cozy, or they could have a Melia insert, which is something that we actually now offer.
Yeah.
So we'll have all of these accessories on our website as soon as we get that content from Raleigh. It's been nice making the video with you. I think that's our first video together.
Yeah.
And many more to come. And thanks for watching, and thanks for taking the kids out, and see you soon.